Who are you making faces to?
Our Twitter. The internet.
The internet. Where hip-hop lives. Damn, son.
Damn, son. Well, Baphomet's going to be in this picture. Whatever. The internet needs more of the devil.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, August the 31st, 2020, and this is the Fourth and Wrong Podcast. I'm your host, RJ, and joining me as always is Keith. Say hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith. Well, it's backwards. It's backwards for me. Which way do I need to go for it to work for you?
The other way.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yours is keying in a little bit better, as we spoke about earlier before we came online.
Yeah.
These visual jokes are great for the people who actually listen to us on streaming services.
It can see my fingers. Well,
Look
fuck
at
them.
these
What
fingers.
are they doing? Watch the podcast.
Watch the podcast.
We have video. Everybody
Yeah.
loves video.
It's getting incrementally better.
Yeah, there's pretty
The
colors.
video, not the podcast.
No, the podcast is... Look, consistency is key, okay?
Yeah. Trash filth.
Yeah. What's coming out of our mouths is consistently awful, but the presentation for which we present it to the audience is getting better. We have like an overlay that doesn't break because you don't have to try to render two videos at the same time.
Two videos and a 2K overlay into a 1080 video that gets crushed again on YouTube, and people are like,
Why does this
Who
look
watches
like...
this?
Yeah, why does this look like butts? Well, you see.
you know what? Because it takes a long time to make it look like butts. All right,
It does.
it's high quality butts right there. I also used a different encoder this last time, and I didn't watch it a super long time, so maybe it's less butts.
It looked okay. I watched the whole thing and listened to it. I've listened to last week's episode like 3 times because I actually really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yep.
This week's, boy,
Do we got a show for you?
I know we said consistency is key, but it's like sometimes you have to have your high points and sometimes you have to have your low points to find consistency in the middle.
We're looking for the median.
That's not how consistency works at all, by the way.
What? No. The more trending data you have, the flatter the line will look because the sample size is bigger. We're still going through some extremes. It'll all
even out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. What have we got to talk to you about this week? Let me try that again. What have we got to talk about this week? Put too many words in there the first time.
Specifically, or football normally?
Hey man, what's up with you? Let's just like let's really get into some shit. Let me turn my chair around. Let me turn my giant gaming chair around. No.
Yeah, I just
Let's rap.
woke up, living my best life. Took a nap today. That was pretty sick. What about you?
I continued day 4 of moving a warehouse at a job where I didn't sign up to move warehouses.
Sick.
Yeah, loving that. So I still horrifically need a shower, but I also was like, hey, maybe this real quick first, just so that it gets out of the way.
Yeah, we're not
And then
crunched
I
on
can-
time.
And then I can like know how long I've got to work on stuff. Because last week's mostly all I had to do was listen to it. It was pretty good.
Hey, that was one of those examples of less work.
Yeah,
We finally got there.
maybe somehow
Well-
less work.
Only took 3 weeks.
Only took 3 weeks. Well, only took 3 weeks of videos.
Yeah.
It took how many actual years?
Oh fuck. I think episodes alone, like this is for this run. This is episode 8.
8.
Yeah.
This will be 8.
So combined with our initial season, we're up to 20 episodes if you count the lost episode.
Yeah, I think if you don't count the lost episode, well,
We had 11.
yeah.
We had 11 that actually were published on on YouTube and the streaming platforms.
Okay.
There's one episode that's lost in the ether.
Yeah, well, or it's on my hard drive and it's just garbage.
Yeah, that hard drive is the ether. I've seen how you've affixed it to your computer case, and it brings me pain.
Voodoo box.
Yeah, the voodoo box. The amount of chickens that have been sacrificed in the name of that computer.
Yeah. Well, and hamsters, obviously, they're more fitting in that they fit more.
You just shove them into the cooler fan.
Listen, it didn't used to do all those pretty colors.
Now it does.
Now it does all the colors. Biv, motherfucker.
All right, so let's jump into some brown stuff real quick, because I don't have much.
Yeah, let's drop into all that brown stuff.
Yeah. Hot. All right. So, really, the only key things coming out of Browns camp is just that they're still in training, and they did some red zone drills the other day. Looked good. Austin Hooper and Baker Mayfield seem to be clicking well.
You and your friends did some field drills the other day.
Nick Chubb, haven't seen him back yet, so that's cool.
So random interjection, Nick Chubb on my Madden Face of the Franchise game ended up on my team.
Oh,
like,
sick.
After 3 seasons, he was just like, hey, what's up? I'm on the Bills now.
Sick. That's, I mean, he's
like,
he's good. What to expound upon that, what'd they rate Nick Chubb in Madden 21 this year?
Nick Chubb's a 92.
Okay, so about the same as last year.
Yeah.
Not a bad pickup. I haven't seen him on like any of the videos I've watched. They've been putting Kareem Hunt has been playing with the ones a lot, and I saw an interesting moment, and it was funny because they were doing 7-on-7s, and they lined up Odell and Kareem Hunt to the left, and the dudes commentating on the video were just like, just look at that pairing over there. What are you gonna do with all that speed? And then Odell literally just runs like a 5-yard in route. And it's like, nothing. They didn't have to because it was an in route concept. Odell literally 5 yards, turns around, grabs the ball, and then whistle.
Damn, son, what are you gonna do with all of that? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing actually. I'm gonna run this really simple concept and completely not worry about it.
Just gonna be fast.
Just gonna be fast. So I've seen some good things. We did confirm that Grant Delpit is out for the season from that training camp injury. He did fuck up his Achilles, so he's gone. So no more, rookie drafted safety. Really, besides that, like, kind of the players that have had to, next man up, so to speak, have been doing okay. It's the offense is really starting to look like it's coming together. We're seeing similarities in some of Stefanski's concepts from when he was in the Vikings, which is unsurprising. Some 2 tight end sets, some anticipatory throws, not relying on Baker's arm to stretch the field as much. Let's get into a rhythm, especially during red zone drills. It was very much. Now, obviously, I'm not 100% aware of the down and distance that they were playing with, but from what I could see, it was obvious to me that the throws that were being made were, that was the concept. It's literally 3-step drop. Hooper breaks to the inside, you just drill it at the post and he'll be there, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
There was only one play where Baker scrambled, and I think they underplayed it a little bit because I couldn't tell whether or not it was an actual score. But Baker scrambles out, rolls to the right, and just drills Kareem Hunt in the hands while he's outstretched like 2 yards. Like he's past the goal line, he's 2 yards out of bounds, and I couldn't see if it was toe tapped or anything, and there was no ref there to give a signal. But it was impressive to see that although we're trying to solidify more conceptual and anticipatory throws in order to gain consistency, that Baker can still get out of the pocket and just put one on a dime. That's what we liked to see from him over the past 2 years, is his ability to extend the play. And on and we struggled so much in the red zone last year that it was refreshing. Now, granted, it was against our twos,
right,
which is normally how training camp goes. So obviously, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, but at least I'm seeing a direction compared to last year. Because last year with Freddie Kitchens, I didn't really see a direction that training camp was going. It's almost like he was relying on the talent to just go out there and make plays, and then there wasn't like a concept with the playbook. It was hand Nick Chubb the ball. If that doesn't work, throw the ball.
Yeah.
Period. Like, it's like, all right, man, like, I guess we'll figure it out as Baker throws 24 million in interceptions. Eventually he'll stop doing that. Are we going to correct that issue? Are we going to scheme more so he'll stop throwing it, like, into double coverage? Like, are you going to protect him? There's one concern I saw, too, as well. With
The answer was no.
No, hard no. Hard no. 6 and 10, hard no.
Yeah.
There's also another thing that was a little concerning. So Jedrick Wills has confirmed been moved to left tackle, our number 1 draft pick, and they were playing out of the shotgun, and he was coming out of a 3-point stance, and he got beat like bad. Olivier Vernon, granted it's Olivier Vernon,
right.
Pro Bowl level D end. You know, he's a really good.
I mean, it was noteworthy when you guys got him. So that's all you have to say about it.
Yeah. So they were playing out of the shotgun. Jedrick Wills was in a 3-point stance. Olivier Vernon was obviously not playing the run because they weren't showing a run concept. And he came at it. It looked like he got out of it good, but the way he got out of it, because he was coming from a 3-point stance, he had like no kick. And the moment Olivier saw that he had that he had a short kick, he just spun to the inside into the gap. And and the only reason Olivier didn't get to the quarterback is because Kareem Hunt was in pass protection. And that was concerning. Now, it's obviously not a huge sample size, but I am so used to seeing pro-level defense or offensive tackles playing erect for shotgun to where so they can get a quick kick and jab and interact with the D end. Their hands are already up. They're ready to just shoot the hand and defeat the pass rush. Because he was coming from that 3-point stance, there was no kick, there was no jab, and Olivier just spun into the gap and completely torched him. Like, he barely touched him. He Jedrick Wills brushed his shoulder pad on the way by as like a last ditch, like try to push him off the line.
Right.
And Olivier wasn't having any of that shit. So that was a little concerning, but overall, I want to see. The only thing I really want to see from the training camp right now is I want to see more out of our offensive line, because we got huge pickups with Jedrick Wills and Jack Conklin. I want to see more of that because we struggled with that last year. I want to see J.C. Treader get healthy and back on the center position because he's been out he got a scope done on his knee. And I want to see how the back 7 on defense are playing now that they're so banged up. Because I'm not concerned about the front 4. We've talked about them enough. The back 7, I still want to see more. I still want to see more tape of them, and it's just not being produced by the media outlets right now. Because obviously they're going to show you the highlights, the scoring plays, all the stuff you want to see in American football nowadays.
Well, that and so many teams are stopping and restricting what the press can actually report because they consider it a competitive advantage with no preseason games.
Yeah. So Cleveland doesn't seem to be doing that as much as the other teams, but they're certainly showing a lot more simple concepts in the media. There's plenty of training camp footage from this year, but the concepts are, it's like the 7-on-7s or like simple red zone concepts and stuff like that. So I would like to see more coming from the defensive schemes and the defensive concepts, but I know it's probably not going to happen until the season starts, so I'm just going to kind of hang out and see what happens. The other real big issue that's not necessarily an issue. I won't call it an issue. The other big thing coming out of the Browns training camp is they actually, before practice started 3 days ago, they actually stopped as a team and delivered a public address to the media and to the city of Cleveland that they are going to be taking a more active role in combating social justice. So amongst other teams that are doing stuff similar, like other teams are boycotting practices and stuff for the recent deaths that have happened in the United States. They pretty much want to show that, this isn't a one-sided movement, similar to what the NBA was doing. Now that Roger Goodell is a little more on board with, people practicing their constitutionally protected rights as an American citizen.
Yeah.
We're starting to see more and more teams really step out of the mold and not be afraid of the backlash from the league or the backlash from the media, because it seems like sports in general, everybody's starting to get on the same page. So the Cleveland made it a point to be like, yo, dog, we're with you.
Sean McDermott was like, we're thinking about it. That's, not really enough. Sean McDermott.
Well, everybody has their own comfort with everything.
Maybe take a day off practice and just call it that. Yeah. I mean, come on, guy.
Just give everybody a day off and just call it a boycott. I don't know. So it's nice to see they're adamant it's not a PR stunt. I think anything when it comes to multi-million and multi-billion-dollar companies and franchising saying something's not a PR stunt, that's only a half truth.
No, I think it's 100% a PR stunt. But
yeah, I give it a half truth. I say it's a half truth because I believe that the players have conviction.
Oh yeah, I think they're sincere about it.
Yeah,
but,
like
Baker. Isn't that useful timing?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield was the one that said it wasn't a PR stunt. I believe him. The team allowing them to do that.
Yeah,
that's PR stunt. But they're as a PR stunt, they're giving the players a platform. So
because are the Cowboys doing this shit?
I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, it's pretty quiet out of Dallas.
Yeah, I know the Packers and the Jets are the only other two teams that I'm aware have done something now.
Something substantial, of substance.
Yeah, they canceled practice to have meetings about what they're gonna do to how are we moving forward with this whole thing? Because everything's obviously very emotionally charged in the NFL when it comes to these issues, because it just so happens in the NFL the majority of the players are black. So
yeah,
but that's really everything that's of note out of Cleveland currently. We're just grinding it out. We got a week and some change.
Gotcha.
And everything is kind of trending towards, just getting the season started and having a successful season in Cleveland. If I were to have, at this point in training camp, if I were to have to give like a hot seat award, I think Baker's on the hot seat still. I think he will be for the whole season.
I think our teams share some similarities.
Yeah, I think our valuation by the preseason metrics is accurate. We're in the lower percentile again, and I'm ready to see some improvement.
Gotcha. So you want to talk about some Bill stuff?
Let's talk about some Bill stuff.
So the Bills recently have had a couple of different scrimmages. They had one for the offense, one for the defense that were, two on or first team on second team. In that, Josh Allen had his first 300-yard game, but again, it was against the twos. And he went 30-something for 40-something.
That's not bad.
On the day. So, a lot of throwing. I can only assume Stephon Diggs had 10 receptions.
Yeah,
I saw some of that reported.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see that number.
But then following that, he apparently had a less great day going up against the ones, where it's like, hey, it's also the Bills' defense, you guys.
Yeah, arguably top 5 secondary in the league.
Yeah,
I don't expect many quarterbacks to have a good day. I expect them to have a competent day.
Yeah,
don't lose us the game. Mm-hmm. Don't vindicate Trey White.
Maybe just run the ball up the middle. Yeah, and don't throw at Trey.
Yeah,
just don't.
Don't throw at Trey, and you know that weak point in that defense. Yeah. Still right up the gut. Take it to him.
Maybe just run it there, because God damn it, Tremaine, you still got to work on your tackling a little bit, bud.
How's he looked?
just a little bit. I mean, from what I've seen, tall. I don't know.
Accurate.
haven't seen much of the defense other than the secondary flying around. Because that's what they highlight. And then they mic'd up Jordan Poyer, and it was like, oh boy, he's definitely wearing a microphone, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it seems like things are... I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about the wide receivers, especially Gabe Davis. I feel like literally every day someone is like, hey, man, I know we're writing about Gabe Davis again, but Gabe Davis... you know, because he's apparently got, like, he plays faster than he looks, and I think he still ran like a 4.54 at the combine, which for a 6'2" guy isn't bad. You know, it's no DK Metcalf,
right.
But he apparently goes up and wins those contested balls, and, you know, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's going up against the likes of Trey White, you know, in practice. So who better to get reps from, you know, in a lot of situations.
Sure.
Josh Norman's still hurt, so
Good.
that kind of sucks. I was excited to see him play. It sounded like he was doing well. And he was getting a fair amount of early chatter before his hamstring injury.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that's like, hey, we've got a timetable for him,
Okay.
which is not great because he's an older dude and that's a hamstring, so those things
Yeah.
tend to hang around.
Yeah.
But perhaps, you know, the biggest news is this guy over here is no longer around because of this guy over here.
No more house money.
No more House Money. House Money was cut. Tyler Bass has presumably secured the job at this point. I mean, he was a draft picked kicker, so
It's kind of big.
we weren't just going the undrafted rookie free agent route.
Yeah. So was Hauschka's performance last year, was it...
I mean, it was a sign of things to come.
Okay.
He doesn't have the leg strength he used to have.
Okay, so there was a diminishment last year that warranted going out and trying to find a new kicker.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I know me and you are personal fans of Hauschka because his name's funny and he's a nice guy. So,
I mean, I was a fan of the guy before him too. I don't recall his name immediately because he was a kicker and I hated him towards the end. But he just stuck around too long. Like, Hauschka, like, kind of started dipping at the end of the year 2 years ago, and then last year was, like, noticeable that he had lost a step, and now we've got this kid who can apparently kick 60-yarders. So,
hell yeah.
You know.
But
like,
can he do it?
Or can kick a 50-yarder without taking a step.
Yeah, can he do
I think
it?
was one of his videos.
Can he do it in January in Buffalo?
In Buffalo. Yeah, these are the questions. These are the important questions.
There's a difference between kicking a football and kicking a boulder.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going with the younger leg, and that's basically the biggest update I think I've got.
Rip and peach, house money.
Yeah.
There goes our joke for the whole season.
Somebody will probably pick him up. I don't know.
I'm not gonna watch him.
He'll be a camp leg or something, but
yeah. Put the pressure on a new guy.
I mean, as long as he's inside of 40 yards, he's generally pretty good. But, like, as soon as he started hitting, like, 43 even, like, 43, 45, it was, like...
Yeah, it's rough.
Like, ducks. All right, let's talk about some more general league news.
Hey.
You want to go first?
Okay.
Which one do you want to go with? Your list was longer than mine this week, so...
Okay. I'm super interested in the Leonard Fournette story, honestly.
Okay. I'm more interested in the other Jags story, but let's start with Leonard.
Yeah, so...
Mr. Fournette.
Yeah, Mr. Fournette. Mr. Fullback. So, Leonard Fournette has had a interesting 3 years in Jacksonville. Had a lot of hype.
Put it.
Yeah, he had a lot of hype because he was seen as the second coming of Zeke. After Zeke had only been in the league for... Were they drafted the same year?
I think I think they were saying he was like the second coming of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Regardless, big body dude, power back, fucking just churns out the yardage and has some decent top end speed to separate. The problem with Leonard Fournette was injuries. You got to stay healthy, especially in that position. And his performance when he wasn't injured, or if he was struggling with injuries, it never quite reached the level that was expected. And this is once again one of those moments where I'm kind of vindicated in my opinion of running backs in the league. I feel like
you also had it right. He was 2017. Zeke was 2016.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I figured, because I seem to remember, I remember distinctly the narrative being like when he was going to the draft was, this guy could be, another Zeke, just a big bodied, like hard nosed runner that can really shift the tide of an offense. But it stands to reason that because the position is so brutal on players. Look what happens. Look what has happened with Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was another one of those running backs where it's just like, this dude is literally the best thing since sliced bread at the running back position, and his numbers haven't been great because he's been hurt. And in recent history, the only consistency we've gotten out of a high draft pick of a running back has been Ezekiel Elliott, and it's not as common to see out of the running back position. So it stands to reason that the valuation of talent at the draft level for running backs, my opinion feels kind of vindicated because I like Leonard Fournette as a person, but I've said it countless times, you can get so much value deeper in the draft consistently and pick up a need in the first round versus just the highest player available.
Yeah, Devin Singletary, 3rd rounder last year.
Yeah, fucking Nick Chubb, 2nd rounder 2 years ago, and is currently on trend to be in the top 5 rushing over his career.
Carlos Williams, 6 or 7 years ago, set the rookie record for most games consistently with a touchdown.
Yeah, who the fuck is Alvin Kamara and Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
Where they come from in the draft. They were deep, and now Kareem Hunt not so much, but Alvin Kamara, premier back in the league. So it sucks for him. The only thing I will say in Leonard Fournette's favor, this is less of a reflection of positivity towards Leonard Fournette and more of a reflection of negativity towards the offense in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette has about 30% of their scrimmage yards.
Yeah, last year.
So...
well, apparently, according to Adam Schefter, per Doug Marrone, they couldn't get anything for him. They couldn't get a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, anything.
That's actually kind of surprising.
So...
I
don't know. That could just be Doug Marrone talking shit, but...
It could be.
Cash shit, homie. But...
Yeah, like, who wouldn't give up he's still on his... Did Leonard Fournette ever get extended?
No, he's still on his rookie contract, and they declined his 5th-year option.
Yeah, he's still on a rookie deal. A team would be super willing to throw a 6th at him to pick up Leonard Fournette. Like,
for a year? For a 1-year waiver?
Yeah, for a 1-year waiver? Fuck it. Yeah. Why not?
Or I guess you get first crack at renegotiating him.
Yeah, if he plays well, you can use his last year of his rookie contract as a prove it or lose it contract, and then...
Maybe because just this, there's been so much depth at running back.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking the bet. He's going to end up in New England. We all know this.
Yeah, he's going to end up in New England, and they're going to pay him buttons.
Yeah.
And that's really the thing.
Or he ends up with the Saints and also gets paid buttons.
Yeah, because Alvin Kamara's yet to show up.
Oh, has he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Alvin Kamara's yet to show up. And the rumor mill is that it's contract related. So...
Well, hey, I guess I'm more right than I knew.
Yeah, there you go. So it's actually reflecting upon it because, what you just said, The league is kind of running back heavy right now. You could argue. I think teams are willing to take the chance on the secondary market instead of paying him that rookie deal. Because rookie deals aren't cheap, and you could.
He was a 4th overall pick. So.
Yeah, so if you can pick him up for 1 year at like $4 million.
Yeah.
And just be like, yo, dog, here's $1 million up front, or like here's $1 million guaranteed, and here's $2 or $3 million in incentives. Go play your heart out, and we'll see what we can do for you later.
Yeah.
I could see Leonard Fournette as a solid blocking back / like red zone / short third down option, because he's that fall forward, get you 2 yards kind of runner. And then occasionally he surprises you. Like last year, I would argue was one of his best seasons in the league.
Where can he go and be the number 1 back right now? I guess other than New Orleans if Kamara keeps holding out.
Yeah.
Is he better than Sony Michel in New England? Is he better than what New England's got?
I can't confidently answer that question.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And that's why I said, I'd see him as a good second option in the backfield, and so, like I said,
damn you, New England.
Yeah. Once again, upon that reflection, I totally understand that nobody would trade for Fournette, because nobody's going to pay a rookie deal for a third down back or for a secondary back. But he'll get signed. He'll get picked up.
Question is for how much and where.
Yeah,
because he could end up anywhere pretty much at this point.
Yeah, especially with the teams that have some cap space, some money to play with.
He did get in a fight with Shaq Lawson.
Did he lose?
It was a football fight, so kind of everyone loses.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's going to be a locker room problem, then sure, people might be a little more. Now we're good.
Yeah, he got a 1-game suspension for it.
Yeah, but I think sitting in free agency will kind of change that attitude for him a little bit, because he's it's a toss up whether or not he plays on a team now. But my bet is if he's picked up, it'll be a 1 year $4 million deal. Stamp it.
I could see that, or less.
Or less, yeah. Well, I'll put that caveat in: $4 million or less. He's not getting paid. He's not going to get paid, 5 or up. So let's talk.
You don't think anybody signs him to like a here's your second rookie contract?
No, I think he's been too hurt. I think he's been banged up too much, and he hasn't shown enough consistency to risk multiple years of cap space. Because if for some reason, like say somebody picks him up on 3 years, and he gets hurt again, or he's just not playing well, or the team realizes we didn't fucking need you, and they decide to cut him to make roster space.
Who's going to pay him at that point?
Yeah, who's going to pay him at that point? Well, they're either going to try to trade him off again, and if his performance is any reflection, we know he's not worth anything in the market. If what Jacksonville is saying is true,
yeah.
And
he had pretty good stats last year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like last year, I was the reason why this is interesting to me is because I was kind of surprised by the move because. He had a decent season last year, and he's still only on a rookie contract. And yeah, you can decline his extension or his 5th-year option, but then work on a adequate market value extension for somebody that had a decent season last year. And what's your answer in the running game now?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, just give it to Minshew Mania, and he will mustache. Yeah, he'll mustache all over that field. Because isn't it TJ Yates that's in Jacksonville now?
I have no idea. You're gonna make me look now.
Or not TJ Yates. Fucking TJ Yates is a quarterback.
You're thinking about TJ Yeldon, and he's in Buffalo.
He is in Buffalo. You are correct. Who the fuck is the backup running back in Jacksonville? Jacksonville.
Oh my god. I'm leaving all this in.
Running backs.
Make it funny.
I don't know any of these people. All right, so who the fuck's in Jacksonville?
Yeah, so why, It ain't Leonard Fournette.
It ain't Leonard Fournette. That's for sure. That's for true. Fuck me. That's for facts.
Actual factual.
I hate this show.
I hate this show. I always lose. All right. You got anything else on Fournette, or should we flip to the other side of the ball?
Let's flip to the other side of the ball, baby.
Okay. So Yannick Ngakoue, also no longer a Jag. 2 big moves in 2, I guess, big days.
They were actually able to trade him, though.
Yes, they were able to trade him. I don't think has it come out yet what he's been traded for. I think it was multiple picks. But...
A second round and a second round next year and a conditional 5th in 2022. Yeah. And then his contract.
Second's not bad.
Yeah, and then his contract got. He picked up a 1-year, $12 million deal with the Vikes instead of the $17 million franchise tender that he was looking at.
So $17.8 million franchise tag. What I did notice is that both contracts are fully guaranteed, so he's at least he's gonna make that money.
Correct.
But yeah, he gave up $6 million just to not be in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong reflection in the quality of leadership that's going on.
Not great for the culture.
Not great for the culture. But they still got Minshew Mania.
Hey,
they got bandana wearing.
He's gonna run and sack.
Jean shorts rocking. Him and Pat McAfee should have like a jean shorts off.
Like a bro, yeah.
Yeah, just like
shorts off.
Yeah, fucking a
they should have a cut off.
Oh, I hate
off.
You. Yeah, a cut off. Cut off shirts, cut off shorts, bandanas, and a cooler of beer and a golf course, and let's get crazy.
And no shoes.
No shoes.
Except for men's shoes. Yeah. Still got it.
Shut the fuck up. So, quick side note though, Pat McAfee playing golf barefoot makes me really uncomfortable.
Why's that?
As a golfer, and as somebody that's been outside without shoes on, grass between my toes makes me really uncomfortable. So watching him doing both of those things makes me extra uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that Pat McAfee does that I can get on board with. It's not one of them.
Not one of them?
No.
Okay. Well, do we have anything else to say about Yannick Ngakoue? I guess that's kind of it. Maybe it's not that interesting, but yeah, like we were saying, not great for the culture look.
Yeah, not great for the culture look. But one thing I will say is that does great things for the Vikings. Because because Giannis Ngakoue is a really, 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 really good pass rusher. And now he's going to be playing opposite of another really, 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 really good pass rusher in Danielle Hunter.
An already pretty good defense.
Yeah, like Danielle Hunter had 14.5 sacks last year.
Jeez.
And then you just put Giannis Ngakoue on the other side of that line. Like, shit's about to get weird in Minnesota.
Yannick was one of the ones that I kind of had my eye on early because there have been talks of him being out of Jacksonville kind of all summer already. Mm-hmm. So I'd have taken him up in Buffalo, especially on a much lighter contract. But I feel like Bean's really setting up for next year and the cap hits.
Yeah,
and all that's going to come with.
Yeah, try to win now before the cap gets weird.
Yeah.
The interesting stat about Giannis Ngakoue, though, Giannis Ngakoue was directly responsible for 12 defensive touchdowns over the past 3 seasons at the defensive end position.
Well,
that's pretty good.
So how's he responsible for them? Just like tipping passes and stuff?
Pick sixes, forced fumbles, stuff like that. You know.
Gotcha.
So if he forced the fumble that somebody scooped and scored, or if he picked a short pass on the line, or like tipped a pass up and somebody picked it and scored, stuff like that. So he is directly responsible for disruption that caused a score or a he grabs it and runs it in himself kind of deal. So it's interesting. I didn't know people like kept up with stats like that. That seems like a real baseball nerd stat. But
baseball nerd stats,
dude, me too. It's like
you want to go look at spreadsheets?
Yeah, let's go look at spreadsheets during a really boring fucking game.
Yeah.
So, speaking of defensive ends, Brendan Jackson is on IR in Seattle.
Okay.
Because he
know who that is.
Because he literally got, well, doesn't matter. It's more of just about why he's on IR.
Okay, why is he on IR?
He literally got knocked unconscious in practice.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't think those weird fucking honeycomb bumpers that the teams wear on their helmets are working.
No, I guess not.
Have you seen those fucking things? Those look ridiculous, by the
No,
way.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
So, imagine, like... you've seen, like, a pineapple grenade, right? That weird...
Sure.
Like, imagine that, like, as, like, a pattern of, like, foam that you put over your helmet.
Uh-huh.
And it gives you, like, a bumper.
An additional layer.
Yeah,
of shock absorption or something.
Yeah, a big pineapple patterned bumper on your helmet. It looks ridiculous. If it works, good, but
it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, I thought that's what the helmet was for.
Yeah.
Why aren't we wearing foam bumpers in the games?
You know, we're asking the real questions.
Eagles offensive line, Jason Peters wants a raise to move the left tackle. That's interesting.
You're just reading the news feed now.
Yeah, I am. Until something's interesting. Where the fuck was it? Maybe it wasn't on this website. I don't know. I lost it.
Okay.
Yeah, this week has been boring.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on, but that's okay. Because we've got not that many left.
Yep. We're just one step closer to
actual football.
To actual football. Watching football again. Ignoring the world around me.
Until it all gets canceled.
Like this show.
Like this show. Keith, here's the secret. No one could cancel it but us.
That is fair. I'm canceling the show, RJ.
Oh, damn it. No one can cancel it but me, then.
then
I'm not canceling it.
Then I quit.
No, you can't quit.
Why? Because I'm fired?
No, because I need you. Because I'm not that funny.
You're pretty funny. I hate your jokes, but I'm sure somebody appreciates them.
Men's shoes. All right, well, with that, this has been the Fourth and Wrong podcast for August the 31st,
Barely.
2020. Say goodbye, Keith.
Fuck you. Oh, goodbye, Keith. Sorry. Warm up the voice, 'cause I haven't talked all fucking day. 'Cause I've been laying in bed, I'm laying in bed, I'm laying in bed. Bleed blue.
So you want to play EVE Online?
No, not even remotely.
Okay.
Dude, that game was
Uh-huh.
Almost single-handedly the reason why I dropped out of college the first time.
Gotcha.
That and the alcohol, but mostly the EVE Online.
I was in it for the Plex, baby.
My company was rocking, dog.
I don't know how that's going to look at the end.